Today, we're going to talk about simple ways to improve your online reputation and attract more patients. My name's Caitlin Pascors, but everyone here calls me KDP if we haven't met. I think I've met most of the people here. I'm the SEO strategist at CQ Partners, so I make sure that our practices get found online by patients. A little bit about me. I am from Pittsburgh. I live there with my husband and we have two small dogs. I like hiking and we like watching movies. I'm particularly fond of action movies. And no matter how much of a weirdo I think Tom Cruise is, I think he makes a pretty good action movie. So I decided to try and make this a little more fun today. And so I have it themed. So let's see. You'll have to let me know if this works, if it's if it's good or not at the end. So let's get started. So your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to improve how patients see you online, strengthen your Google presence, and therefore attract more patients. So let's start with our mission brief. Luckily, I'm here to guide you through this mission. So no matter what people are searching for or what people are looking for, they're always searching Google first, right? And there's two ways that they can do this. They can use voice search, which is becoming more and more popular, and they can also just go directly to Google and use the search results page. So whenever it comes to voice search, which for example would be like someone using their phone and saying, "Hey Siri, where's the closest pizza place near me?" Where do the results come from? That's kind of what we want to focus on. How does Google give results and what does it use? What information does it use? So it's actually the Google business profile is where the information is coming from whenever someone does a voice search. So no matter who they're asking, Siri or Google or whatever, the majority of the information and the majority of the recommendations are going to come from the Google business profile. And the same thing happens whenever someone uses the search results page. If it's a local search for a service, then the first thing that patients are going to see is going to be a map pack, which is above the organic search results. And it's like a small summary of the Google business listings. So whenever I was setting up this presentation, I did a little experiment because I wanted to see how many times I would get the map pack as opposed to something else. And so about 80% of the time, whenever I was searching, I was getting the map pack, the top 3 Google business profiles above all other search results. Now, the other 20% ish of the time, I would either be getting sponsored ads. So those are the Google ads, the SEM ads that you can pay for. Sometimes those do appear above the map pack. And then very rarely, but it does happen, will the AI snippet appear. The Gemini, Google's AI snippet might appear above that. But just as an aside, since everyone is learning about AI and everything, the AI snippets actually prioritize informational searches. So whenever someone is searching for a practice or a service near them, a local service-based search, the map or the AI search results aren't going to show up as often as if they're searching for an informational search. So an informational search would be something like, what is a hearing test? What happens during a hearing test? Things like that. Then you're going to get the AI results more prevalently. But whenever the AI results show up, Google prioritizes certain information, the AI, the language learning model. So that would be like Gemini is from Google, or ChatGPT is a language learning model. It prioritizes certain information. And the information that it prioritizes is something called first user account information. So first user account information is something like reviews from a directory listing, and that would be like Google Business Profile or Yelp. Somewhere where it can collect reviews. That's the information it's going to prioritize. So even if the AI snippet shows above the map pack, it is using information from the Google Business Profile to rank the locations that it suggests. So this is what we are going to focus on today, is the Google Business Profile and the map pack. So how does Google rank business listing? This is the mission intel here. I did, and these slides are going to be sent out afterwards, but I do have a link here to Google documentation. And this is a documentation that I refer to a lot whenever I'm optimizing business profiles. And it talks about how it ranks business listings. So just to summarize for you, it uses three things. It uses relevance, which is going to be like categories or services of a business. Distance, which is the proximity the business is to someone searching. So I'm sorry to say, but Google knows your location whenever you're searching, no matter what, even if you use a private window. So Google uses the location of that user in proximity to where the practice is to rank the business listing. And then it uses prominence. So how many reviews do you have compared to a competitor? Are you responding to reviews? What is the actual rating of the business? And are you active on the business profile? Are you updating things and changing things and such? So relevance is not really something that we can work on that can change, like the category and your core services aren't going to really change. And distance also is not really something that we can work on. You know, the location of your business is the location of your business. However, the prominence is something that can be improved and is something that we can work on and can make an impact on a big impact on how you're ranking. So let's talk about some mission critical actions. The first mission critical action is going to be accurate information. This is sometimes referred to as a NAP check or an NAP check, which means name, address, and phone number. So basically, Google looks at the information on your business listing and compares it to where your business is listed, or compares it to your website to see if that information matches. It wants to provide users the best result. So it wants to make sure that the information is accurate. I will say that I do get a lot of questions about tracking phone numbers. And I've talked to our Google rep and I've looked through the documentation, and I know for a fact that tracking numbers don't actually affect this accurate information check. And it actually, Google suggests that you use a tracking number so that you can accurately track conversions and things like that. So they'll also look at the description in your business profile, your service area, your accessibilities, and your amenities. These are all sections that can be filled out to make your profile more complete. Now, if you're on Iris Plus, you don't really have to worry about this stuff so much because I'm checking that stuff for you and helping you update it and stuff. But if you don't have Iris Plus, this is all information that you can check in the business profile. Our next critical action is going to be reviews. So the thing that I've seen affect your business profile ranking the most is definitely reviews. How many reviews do you have compared to a competitor? So you want to make sure that you are asking for reviews as often as possible. Maybe, you have an email or text after an appointment is done that links directly to the business profile, or making sure you have a QR code displayed at your front desk, or, anywhere in your practice or on marketing material, anything like that. And you want to make sure that it links directly to your business profile. This is a link you can get from signing in to the business profile dashboard, and it has a direct link that you can use. I do get some questions sometimes that are like, well, what if a patient does not have a Google account? And I would say that what we want to prioritize is the thing that's going to affect your ranking the most. And so that is a business profile review. And it is just best practice to only give people one option. So that's why whenever we send out our emails, they're only getting an option to link to the business profile. If you give people more than one option, it's more than likely that they won't pick any of the options, or they won't know which one to prioritize. And so that's why we're only linking to the business profile. You want to make sure that you're responding to all of your reviews. So you want to reply as soon as possible. The first 24 hours are the most critical whenever it comes to responding to reviews. However, I always say that responding is better than not. So even if you have old ones, you can always go back and respond to those reviews. You're just showing Google that you're being active on your profile now, and that will really help. Next critical action is going to be to make sure that you have enough photos and you're updating and adding photos to your listing. Some photos that you can add, you want to make sure you have exterior shots, interior team members and services, like someone getting a hearing test or getting fitted with a hearing aid is great. The other thing that is kind of crazy is that Google will know if you're using a stock photo. And it prioritizes custom photography. So you want to make sure that you have photography of your actual team or photography of your actual services taking place. It's crazy to think about, but it knows directly. I'm going to take questions at the end, Diana. So just save it till the end and I'll come back and answer it. I promise.
Okay, I'll try to remember.
Okay, you can put it in the chat and then I'll look at it afterwards. I just want to make sure I get through this. So the fourth mission critical action is going to be to stay active. So this includes responding to reviews. It includes adding photos and updating descriptions and stuff like that. But something that I have seen something that I've seen make a complete difference is doing the Google updates. So if you've never seen them, they're on the business profile. It's like a social media feed, and you can add a photo and a description and a link. That is really, really important to be adding the updates because that could be something that your competitor is not doing, and it can really set you apart. So now I want to talk about our special gadget. This is like one of my favorite parts in action movies when they have like special gadgets and stuff. It might not be as cool as the gloves, he uses to scale the building, but I still think it's pretty cool. And that is CQ Reviews, which launched this year. It's our new all-in-one tool for reputation management. So if you're on Iris Plus, then you have access to this. It makes it easier for you to reply to reviews, post content. You can set up automated responses to reviews, which is really great. And you can also generate your own QR codes, which is amazing. So really quickly, I just want to go through a few of the dashboards in here. So this first one is going to be about account information and how it syncs to directories. This is a dashboard that I'm using more as opposed to maybe a user or a practice. But basically, this helps me sync information from the business profile to over 60 directories, which is fantastic. There is a little bit of a difference between directories. So some of them are directly linked, which means that I can submit an update and then it automatically feeds it to that directory and it's updated automatically the same day. Or some of the way that directories like Yelp is set up, they don't allow direct links. So what happens is they get notified that an information like an hours have been updated or something on a business. They get an automatic notification. And then I can go in here and see, has it synced yet? Is it going to be syncing? Has the notification gone out? Things like that. And I can keep up on it. The next dashboard is the reviews dashboard. So all of the reviews that you get, no matter what location, are fed in here. And then you can respond to multiple reviews at once, which is amazing. It also has a little AI tool in here, so it will help you respond to reviews. And you can set up templates, like I said. So say you get like 5 stars and no text. You can have a library of responses set up here so that they automatically go out depending on what conditions are met. It has a QR code link, so you can generate your own QR code. And I have been working on loading all of the locations links directly to the business profile to leave reviews. So you just have to go through the drop down, pick your location or whatever locations. You can do multiple locations, and this QR code will generate for you right there, and you can download it. This is another dashboard that I mainly use, and this is the photos dashboard. Whenever one of our members updates a photo and they send it to me, I will go in here, make sure it goes in the right place and it's going to the correct directories that allow it and things like that. And I can just load it in here, and then it gets pushed out to the other directories. And last but not least, this is like my new favorite thing. This is the social media manager tool that's built into CQ Reviews. So you can go in here, you can connect your Facebook, you can connect your Instagram, and you can create posts that post to all 3 at the same time if you want. It also has a calendar, which is amazing. So you can schedule posts out ahead of time, and it lets you preview that and everything, and you can change things and update things. It's amazing. So that is our mission. This is the final mission brief. So it's important to remember that small actions that you do consistently, that's what's really going to get you the better ranking over time. And you're going to be able to see more patients. It's not as hard as hanging off of an airplane, I promise. So just to review, our mission critical actions were making sure you have accurate information, responding and asking for reviews, making sure you have custom photos and you're adding them, and then staying active, which means responding to reviews, updating your description, things like that. If you have access to CQ Reviews, I did include a little link to some tutorials that I did for it that can help you out. And then I also just wanted to remind everyone that I'm always available for a digital audit. So basically what I'll do is I'll take, even if you're on Iris Plus or not, I will look at your website, see what things can be updated. I will also look at your overall digital presence, like your directories, where you're listed and stuff, things that can change, things that can be updated, or things that are going well. You just have to reach out to your AM or AE, and then they can schedule that with me. I'm always available for this or any questions that you have. And speaking of questions, I know that was a lot of information in a short period of time, but if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat now and I can answer them. Let me see what Diana's question was. She says, for photography, is that mainly relevant to the Google Business listing, or does this apply to Google image updates? Whenever you say Google image updates, do you mean like on the website? I think that's what you mean.
Like what you actually talked about it right after I posted the question, like how you taught me to go on to, so I go on to like our Google listing weekly, and I upload like an image update with verbiage with like either, and then like add a button like call now, book now with our booking link. So, but I feel like the images I use, we create them, but they probably do have stock photos. So I'm asking if we would get more traction if we used something else.
So I would say it's better to do the update than not do the update. So like it depends on what your workload is like too. It's always going to be better to use custom photography, but like the way that ranking works and Google ranking works is it's a lot of little things that add up. So like, is it going to be the most important and give you the most important impact to use custom photos in those updates? is it going to be worth like taking more time and stuff like that to post using custom photos rather than something like you create in Canva or, you know, Photoshop or whatever. You guys are doing great. So, and I know you do a lot, Diana, like a lot of the stuff that I recommend you're doing. So, I mean, will it help? It will help, but like incrementally compared to like what you're already doing, I would say.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Are there any other questions for CQ reviews or Google ranking in general? It's okay if not. Okay, cool. Well, if you think of a question or you come up with something, like I said, I'm always available. You can reach out to your AE and AM. They know how to get a hold of me. Stay tuned. The next webinar like subject will be announced in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. I want to thank everyone for coming. It was so nice talking to everyone today. And I hope everyone has a good week. Awesome.
Thanks, Katie. We appreciate you.
Oh, I
Thank you,
appreciate
Katie.
you
You're the
guys.
best.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.